I might be tempting fate with this, but I need to go to darker skies if I have a chance at completing my project on SH2-129 for this year. It's the Oxygen 3 that needs the attention. If you're new around here, SH2-129 is a faint emission nebula, just kind of hanging out there in space. It's approximately 2,300 light years away, and I'm trying to take a photo of it through my wide field refractor. In my last adventure, I was at a Bortle 3, and I had the idea of visiting a Bortle 2 zone this time. The problem is, the legends of the Pacific Northwest precedes this area I'm about to visit overnight. What legend, you ask? It's a legend I've never put much thought into, because I don't really believe it. Mostly because I've never seen it. But every legend has some truth to it. It seems like every region in the world report similar sightings of a large ape-like creature roaming about in the woods. In my area, it's called Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot, and I'm heading straight for him and doing astrophotography from a known hotspot. For a guy who is nervous about solo travel, the allure of dark sky Astro seems to keep me going, and I admit, the overlap here has me wondering what I would experience. But something like this is right up my alley. You guys know how much I love horror games and also horror movies. So, an adventure like this, I can't resist. But I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm doing here. I'm not hunting Bigfoot. I'm trying to get a picture of space. But if something happens out there, I'm all for it. But first, there's a few upgrades I need to do to the van. The van's factory tint wasn't nearly dark enough, and I really wanted to protect any Astro gear that I just had laying in the cargo area. Alright, we're leaving the Sienna in good hands, apparently. Guys are pretty cool here. Very knowledgeable. I just made it back to home base, and this was sitting up by my door. This is my fridge by Yellow Jacket. Ooh, look at this. Adding a luxury like a refrigerator was always in the plan. And having a fridge-freezer combo in the van really adds to the zen that I'm trying to achieve there. I've had a 1 kilowatt power station just hanging out at my house for a while. Ooh, power's on. And I think it would be perfect for my adventures. And I am nervous picking up the Sienna right now. I don't see it anywhere, so yeah. I don't know if it's too light of a tint. I don't know if it's too dark of a tint. Wow. It's nice on the inside though, because you can see out, but you can't see in it, you know what I mean? That is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Let's check this out. I close it, right? Can't see nothing, man. Oh, man, that looks awesome. The only thing I had to do now was test the fridge and a new stove I got for the van. I tested quite a few options for this. I tested a microwave for the van, but it pulled about 1,000 watts, and that was a little bit too much for me. And that's when I discovered induction. So I'm using the ottoman as a chair back here, and this is where my fridge is, and I'm got everything still tied down. So we're just gonna get it into stealth cook configuration. We're gonna do our first parking lot stealth cook. Never done that before. And oh yeah, I got a little fan here, and that window's cracked over there just in case. And we're just gonna cook some lunch. For my purposes, induction was very energy efficient. And since all this is contained in the van, and I'm not cooking with an open flame, that meant I can cook anywhere, anytime, and I was thinking mostly about winter. I think it's going to come in handy then. I am packed, all ready to go, but before we do, guys, let's take a read from the Bigfoot Researchers Organization website. And these are the reports from the past 10 years of the area that I'm going to go into and stay overnight. So let's see. The first one was actually March 2024, so last year. Climber reports a Bigfoot type knock sound near the summit of a mountain. In 2010, in October 2010, heavy thuds and a distinct rock clanking noises. 2017, a hiker actually reports a possible encounter, apparently is what it says here. October 2020, possible sightings near the train tracks. Apparently Bigfoot was walking across the train tracks. July 2020, campers describe an encounter. Wow. And in May 2017, campers hear possible vocalizations in the darkness. I mean, it's a pretty active area, right? Oh, and before I forget, I just got this in. These are my sunshades by WeatherTech, and these are going to completely black out my van. And the neat thing is it has a silver side and a dark side. If I turn the silver side towards me in the van, it's going to keep the heat in the vehicle. So this is going to come in handy during the winter and also anywhere else that I do astrophotography, because I don't want anyone to see what I'm doing inside the van, just for safety. All right, well, let's do this. I accidentally turned it off. All right, guys, I think we totally lucked out today. Here's where we're at. There's the Sienna. And my target is going to be right up here. And it's just going to float around this tree. So I think we're going to be able to get data all night on this target. And check it out. Right by the river. Oh, got a table right here. But how awesome is this? All right, guys, before the festivities begin, and I do have to cook dinner still, I think what I'm going to do is watch a Bigfoot documentary on YouTube. I want to get into the mood, right? I want to be a little scared. I also downloaded a horror game, so I might play that later. I know, I guess we'll see. But I can't wait to see what this Bortle 2 site looks like. I've never been in a Bortle 2. I'm assuming it's going to be amazing. All right, so here is the mini kitchen I got back here. Nice view, right? I got some rice, and this is green onion and cilantro, some soy sauce, and I marinated some steak last night in some teriyaki sauce. So that's going to be really good. So I'm going to turn on the induction. See if I remember how to work this. Okay, there we go. I pre-cooked some brown rice to make things easier on myself. No, yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm just gonna add a little bit of soy sauce to it now. Just a little bit. Right, this is looking really good. Made ourselves a teriyaki steak bowl. We got a view of the river. Look, it's sun is setting right now. It is beautiful. Oh man, very teriyaki-y. Dude, after today, this really hit the spot. Right, I'm 100% ready to go right now, and according to Stellarium, I should be able to see Polaris right about there. So looks like it just cleared the trees over there, so we might be lucky. And then Cepheus, as you see, actually is gonna appear right above those trees, so I think we're good. It's almost time, but I thought I'd walk down to the river before we start shooting. Oh man, look at this. Look at that forest over there. It's super dense. I can't even see through it right now. It's crazy. Might be watching too many documentaries today, but I'm a little creeped out. All right. Imaging is underway right now, and I think we lucked out. This is my first Bortle 2. I'm kind of like in the midst of some trees, and I'm shooting my target between two trees right now. Stellarium was off just by a little bit, so I moved my scope, but it's going to be okay for most of the night. It's dark out there too. The sun hasn't set completely, but it is really dark. My roof top cameras are keeping an eye on the place, and it looks terrifying out there actually, especially the camera that's pointed near the river. It just looks like something's gonna come out of the bushes over there, but maybe something will, maybe something won't. I don't know, man. But definitely when it's later, I'm gonna step outside for a minute just so I can experience it. But it's kind of amazing right now. There's so many stars out right now. It is really dark, like scary dark. But it is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I definitely dozed off, guys, but what woke me up just now was this blood-curdling scream. And I've heard that noise before, and it's definitely not Bigfoot. When I've heard it, it's been a mountain lion or a cougar of some sort. And the thing is these things are nocturnal, and I don't see anything on the cameras right now, but I'm definitely going to be watching for that. I probably won't be spending a lot of time outside now. Like, this is more scarier than Bigfoot because this is real. Not saying that Bigfoot isn't real. It's just I've never experienced Bigfoot at all. But I downloaded actually a sound, and this is exactly what it sounded like. Sounded just like that. My gosh. That is crazy. Yeah. Oh. So apparently, when I was packing to go on this trip, I didn't put the bacon in my fridge. So I just have pancakes and scrambled eggs. Another adventure and another morning. As I was sitting there enjoying the sunrise, I couldn't help thinking, I am really enjoying being out in the middle of nowhere. I just feel like I have a deeper connection to everything, and it's something that I needed for a very long time. And even though the primary reason for going on these adventures is astrophotography, what I get from these outings far surpasses any photo that I would get from the night. And I have the simple satisfaction of, I'm doing this by myself. Something I thought that I could never do. And while I didn't find Bigfoot, looking at this landscape, I can see why people have had experiences here. So what about my project? Well, if you'll remember when I got the data from the canyon, I got 5 hours in OSC narrowband on SH2 129. Tonight I got an additional 5 hours. But it still wasn't enough. My signal did improve immensely though. Then I decided to get an additional 5 hours from my home dark zone, Bortle 6. But I felt like OSC narrowband just wasn't collecting enough oxygen 3. Then, out of desperation, I collected just oxygen 3 in monochrome from my Bortle 5 site, which brought me to a whopping 20 hours of integration. I would say not bad for a tiny refractor. I did what I set out to do, and that was to expose the squid. And even though I'm done with this photo for this year, I can't wait to get more data on it next year. And what about our hairy friend? I'm still not a believer, but I got many more adventures down the road. And who knows what I'll find. After all, we both have something in common. We both love the night.